Before we start today, I'd just like to ask everybody to please hold their comments, criticisms, and any questions until the end. If we have some time, I'll be able to take those questions. Today I'm here, I'd like you to think about something. Would you like to live longer? I think all of us would be on the same page that we're born and it's imminent that we're all going to die. No matter what we do, death is something that's inevitably certain, no matter how, sorrowful it is. And if we could do something that could possibly make us live longer, that would be great. Today, if you listen and pay attention to what I'm trying to explain to you, it'll help you guys renew your health and also extend your lives. And again, I think we all want to extend our lives. Recently, I transformed my history eating. I've adopted an alternative lifestyle, and adopting this alternative lifestyle, I've also had blood tests done at my doctor's, physicals, and I went to a nutritionist proving that I was receiving adequate nutrition and also that I'm healthy after going to this alternative lifestyle. Today I'm going to convince you that you should consider adopting this alternative lifestyle because, and I'm going to persuade you doing this by first telling you the problem of failing health, and then the cause of the failing health being that we're consuming meat, and then providing you with a solution to stop your meat consumption and go vegan. So moving right into the problem, Dr. Douglas N. Graham wrote in 80-10-10 Diet, published 2012, that poor diet, including obesity, physical inactivity, caused more than 320,000 U.S. deaths and numbered among the top preventable cause of disease. Obesity is the leading cause of our top 3 killers: heart disease, cancer, and stroke. It seems very, very much so that obesity is taking way too many lives from Americans, from our friends and family, and it's actually, obesity is directly related to your meat consumption. And just by limiting that, so Rory Freeman and Kim Doran wrote in Skinny Bastard, published 2011, eating meat has been linked to obesity, cancer, liver, kidney, lung, and reproductive disorders, birth defects, miscarriages, and nervous system disorders. Also, studies published in the New England Journal of Medicine stated that meat eaters are much more likely to be overweight than vegetarians. Again, you see this. If you're eating meat, you're going to have a better chance of being obese. And you're going to also have that better chance for having heart disease, cancer, and strokes. If you think about meat, and even lean meat, does this even exist? If you buy something that is supposedly lean meat and it's 80% lean, there's still 20% fat. I'll ask you another question for you to think about. Do you really want to put something that's 20% fat into your body? Do you really want to have this fat inside of you? You guys can think about that as we're going through this. If we choose to eat more meat, we also choose to have an increased risk for obesity and a host of other health problems. It only seems logical that giving up meat can increase our overall health, our well-being, and our lives. We can live longer. We can spend that extra time with our families. We could possibly live on to see more generations and more family members. Again, the solution here is to go vegan. It's to give up your consumption of meat. And your body's going to thank you. Slowly, your body is going to start to rebuild and repair. The U.S. Department of Agriculture and U.S. Department of Health and Human Services wrote in the Dietary Guidelines for Americans, published in 2010 that in prospective studies of adults compared to non-vegetarian eating patterns, vegetarian-style eating patterns have been associated with improved health outcomes, lower levels of obesity, a reduced risk of cardiovascular disease, and lower total mortality. Several clinical trials have documented that vegetarian eating patterns lower blood pressure. The USDA reported this. It's not that it's someone getting paid to do this. The government has studied it, and they're telling us that giving up meat can reduce our risk for all these health problems. Another thing is, when you're at the store, you have a choice to make. If you're buying the meat, you're going to cook the meat, and you're going to eat the meat. So if you stop buying it, you're going to stop consuming it, and just making better decisions. When you go to the store, or when you go to a restaurant, order something that's vegan compared to something that's not vegan, something that's meat. There's also many options when you go to the store. There's a host of whole foods from plants and vegetables. There's also beans and legumes. You can get all types of salads. And there's also a whole bunch of faux meats for people that are transitioning. You can get Morningstar makes products. They make veggie burgers and rib patties and also things that taste like chicken. There's also tofu. You can make it many different ways. I know what you're all saying now. I want to live better. I want to live longer to see my family grow. And I just want to be healthier and I want to be there. I want to see the world unfold. But if I go vegan, where am I going to get my protein? Dr. Douglas Graham wrote in 80-10-10 Diet, published 2012, that on a whole food diet that provides sufficient calories, there is no such thing as a protein deficiency. A brochure from the Vegetarian Society of Colorado also said, studies in which humans have been fed wheat bread alone, potatoes alone, corn alone, rice alone, have all shown that these plant foods contain not only enough protein, but enough of the essential amino acids to support growth and maintenance of healthy adults. If you eat enough calories and you're not calorie restricted, you're going to get enough nutrients. You don't have to ever worry about protein. Just to review again, America seems like it's plagued with all these problems. There's a host of issues, and obesity being the leading one, connecting to cancer, heart disease, and stroke. This is directly caused by America's consumption and addiction of meat. The solution is to go vegan and give up your consumption of meat. And I've also proven to you that you can receive enough protein and also enough nutrients and amino acids by eating even a mono meal of rice or potatoes, but you don't have to do that. I've shown you guys that you have many options to eat, and the choice is yours. And today, I'd ask you guys to give yourself, your families, and your friends the gift of health and life. Go vegan and eat enough plants and vegetables and all the other foods that I explained to you today, and everything should be great. Everything, you should live a long life. And I'd just like to all present you, thank you again for coming. I brought some apples, some fruit, so everybody could have a nice snack. Thank you guys so much.
Very good.
Thank you.
I'm going vegan.
Thanks.
I'm not hungry. I got